Welcome guys to a new tutorial with my pedal board. Today I'm gonna show you how I came up with the main sound of my Ambient Sketch number 75. I think you guys seemed to really enjoy when I break down how I come up with the sounds for my ambient sketches. So maybe I'll do more of these types of videos on my channel from now on. So now, when I approach writing a new ambient sketch, most of the time I'm gonna start by writing a riff or a chord progression, or I'm gonna start from an interesting chord, and only at the end I'm gonna think about which pedals I want to choose, which textures are going to complement my song better. So most of the times I'm gonna start by writing something like this. Let's add a bit of reverb. Something like this, and then once this part is written, I'm gonna loop it and find what fits and what complements that riff well. But this time for my ambient sketch number 75, I wanted to have a completely different approach. I wanted to start from one single sound of one pedal and see how far I could push it. So I decided to take a non-linear kind of reverb on my Strymon BigSky, since I don't use them very often, and also to take advantage of the freeze function on the Strymon BigSky. So if you didn't know it, on any patches that you have on the BigSky, you can hold the foot switch of that patch and it's going to freeze the reverb of that patch underneath it. So let's just play a chord. And I can freeze it infinitely with this trick. But to show you my sound, it's on bank 15B. And I chose the ramp type. So if you push the value button, you can go in the hidden parameters inside the pedal. And the shape that I have chosen is the ramp shape because you have many more available. Most of the times I choose the reverse one, but I wanted to do something different. In this mode, the decay knob becomes a time knob and the pre-delay knob becomes a feedback knob. So what I wanted to do is to push the sound as far as possible. So I used a maxed out time and feedback and mix. And now I'm gonna use the volume knob on my guitar to do a swell on top of that. So a swell, 100% wet reverb, and very long decays and time. So this is very extreme. It sounds like this. So it could go on for ages. If I touch the decay knob, which is the time knob, this is going to do some pitches. So then from this point, to start my song, I played a single chord and I freezed it. I added a little bit of modulation too, so it's not too static. And I freezed this reverb. And then I looped what I freezed for a few seconds. So I could keep it. So I could keep it underneath what I'm playing, so I could still take advantage of more of what this mode of the BigSky can offer. So I could play more on top of this loop. So then the only thing I have to cover is all the inside parameters of this one. If we go on the value button again, we have the low end, which is pretty much at the middle, the diffusion at the middle too, But then you have the late decay. L8 is for late. You have the late decay and the late level, because there is kind of another reverb underneath this patch which comes in late. So I wanted to have a bit of that too. So it's like layering reverbs together. So you can see I have a small amount of them. You also have the mod speed, so I have very few of it because I'm gonna show you if I put more of it, this is going to sound like this. This is more trippy like this, so I prefer to have a very slow speed and to add more depth with the mod knob here. I also put a very dark tone so it doesn't get too metallic when I play it. So that's pretty much the sound that I came up with. So I have frozen the first chord, play it with my loop, and then I can swell my chords and they are going to last very, very long. Then you can play with the decay knob. So when I play with the decay knob to have psychedelic effects like this, I still have my frozen loop underneath it so it doesn't sound too empty. You have to be careful when you play with a kind of reverb like this that has so much decay, because your chord changes can get very dissonant very fast. It was the case a little bit for my song, but I chose chords that were apart enough on my harmonization so they do not clash too much together. Alright, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications. And you can pick up your free ebook on the first link in the description box. It's my best tips to create ambient guitar songs. So if you'd like to do a little bit like me, take your guitar and go on a soundscape journey, take my ebook. These are really good tips that you can get. First link in the description box. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, au revoir.